Hey, thanks, Justin. It's Darrell here. We're in an office with walls and a door, and we're going to talk about some music-related stuff, mainly metal music, because we are always, as always, staying metal. To my right is a slice of pizza with pepperoni on it.
Yep.
So we got a couple things we wanted to talk about this time. We're going to skip the reviews for this week. We'll catch up on that next week. But we had some catching up to do on some other things. So let's kick it off, Justin. Let's talk about this thing that you were waxing poetic about earlier.
Waxing poetic about.
You were waxing poetic. I mean, I know you don't know that phrase because you never double check your grammar. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You should probably learn how to write before you criticize other people's music.
I'm just lazy.
So says Alex. But anyway, so you were bitching about something. We're not bitching. You were waxing poetic.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
What the fuck? Tell us what the fuck you were talking about.
Well, first of all, it starts off with some crazy news.
Crazy news.
I don't know if
bath salts, right?
I don't know if you people out there, and by you people, you know who I'm talking about. I don't know if you people have heard that Annette, the lead singer of Nightwish, is no longer Annette, lead singer of Nightwish.
She's just Annette.
Yep.
Just a woman.
And it's very sad news.
The details haven't come out yet, but mid-tour, I guess, show in Denver, she missed for whatever reason, and they filled in with some other people. I don't remember who. And then the news comes. She closed her blog. She's out of the band. I don't know if she left or if they pushed her out or whatever. But
yeah, it definitely seems like it's not on a positive note.
It's definitely not on a positive note because they seem happy she's gone. And I guess one of the quotes was something to the effect of, "Well, now we can move on."
Yeah.
So it's sad.
Yeah.
But that got Justin thinking about people.
Yeah, I mean, basically that it's crazy how one member of a band can impact a band so much, and that I just feel like certain bands can't go on without certain people.
Now, you don't feel that way about Nightwish.
No, I mean, she can be replaced, but I mean, say they get, I don't know if they can find someone that sounds like her, I guess, but as far as someone like Lisa Johansson and Draconian, when she left the band, that's huge, and I feel like no one could replace her.
Well, the question becomes, how do you replace those people? Let's move backwards here.
But then I feel like you're not the band.
Well, yeah, but when Tarja left Nightwish,
right,
and they had the task of replacing her, they get Annette. Now, Tarja, operatic, great vocal range.
Yeah.
Annette, more accessible, kind of a more standard style.
Very different from each other.
So I feel like Annette would be easier to replace because you can find someone who can sing.
Right.
You don't need someone who can do the ridiculous operatic vocals.
Right. But as far as like how her stage presence was and everything, when we seen her live, she was great, and I feel like she was really part of the band. And now that may be me thinking because I really got into Nightwish more of when Annette took over. I wasn't really into them when Tarja sang for them, but when I went back, I did like the stuff that she did.
Yeah.
And I respect it, but I feel like I guess I understand now the Tarja fans and why they were so upset and how they feel like, oh, Tarja can't be replaced by any other female singer in Nightwish, and I guess I kind of feel that way,
Well, yeah, but Nightwish took the, option one. They decided to find someone who was completely different.
Right.
Now, option two is obviously trying to replace that person with someone who sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
Which is never a good thing because then there's always going to be comparisons back and forth.
Yeah, right.
But in the case of Lisa Johansson, Draconian found their new female singer, and I've heard little bits and pieces of her other band, and I mean, she sounds good, but she does not sound like Lisa Johansson.
Right.
So now you have to get used to the idea of a Draconian song without Lisa Johansson.
See, so that's why I feel like, should you even go on carrying the name, or should you just end Draconian and then start off a new project?
Well, the thing is, Lisa Johansson wasn't an official member of Draconian initially.
Right.
She came in, 2 demos in, or
Yeah.
But I don't think you need to abandon the name because the music is the name. Yeah. Just like Van Halen. Van Halen is always going to be Van Halen because it's Eddie Van Halen, Alex Van Halen, and now Wolfie.
Yeah.
But they've had 3 lead singers, and a lot of shit's come of that. A lot of bands change members, but I guess I think it gets to a point when there's no original members left but one. That's when the problem comes in. I mean, even Katatonia. Katatonia's gone through a host of members.
Yeah, that's true.
Swallow the Suns had different guys, new drummer, and I think there's a fine line between continuing on and just kind of obliterating your legacy.
But I feel like for some bands, they lean more on certain members, like Lacuna Coil and Christina Scabbia.
So if Christina Scabbia left, yes, they couldn't be Lacuna Coil anymore.
Right?
I absolutely agree.
Or even Simone Simons from Epica.
Correct. I'll agree with that only because those people are irreplaceable members of the band. Lacuna Coil is Christina Scabbia.
Right, okay.
That's how, I mean, at least in America, that's how people know that band. They don't know the other members of the band.
So, like in that case, if she left, would you think that they would just try to replace her? Do you think it'd be best for them to drop that name altogether?
I think if Christina Scabbia left Lacuna Coil, I think Lacuna Coil would cease to be. I think everyone would end up going their own way, or maybe two of them would go start a new band, but I don't think you could continue on because it just wouldn't even be remotely the same.
Yeah.
I mean, Epica, you could replace Simone Simons because, she, Amanda Somerville, for instance, could jump in there, but would you want to is the question. Right. I don't think that would be a good idea.
Right.
Because, again, Epica has a rabid group of fans, and I think that a lot of them are really into Simone Simons, much in the way that Nightwish fans were into Tarja.
Yeah. And what do you think about Dream Theater if someone else left besides Mike Portnoy already left? But
well, Mike Portnoy leaving was a big enough deal because he was a founding member. But I think that in a band like that, replacing a drummer tends to be easier.
Yeah.
Because a drummer can learn another drummer's guitar parts, but guitar players are on completely different levels. Keyboardists, if Jordan Rudess left Dream Theater at this point, now Dream Theater's been through 4 keyboardists.
Okay.
But Jordan Rudess is the most current, and I think he's probably the longest tenured at this point. But it's just tough. I don't know that the thing is, outside of a singer, any member of a band could leave and be replaced. Katatonia, I think one of the guitar players left. They've replaced the guitar player. They've replaced the drummer, and but Jonas is the voice and the face of Katatonia.
Right.
So
I guess I'm looking at it more as the face of each band. But what about Rhapsody of Fire?
Now that's tough because I mean that's tough, but I think that if you have Luca Turilli doing Rhapsody, and then Rhapsody of Fire on their own, I think as long as you understand that they're two separate things now.
Right.
I mean, Rhapsody of Fire is still the singer that was with him most recently.
Yeah.
And Fabio Leone. I mean, he's great.
Yeah.
So, Luca Turilli's fucking amazing. He's an amazing guitar player, and the new album proved he's an amazing keyboard player too, but, you could replace him. It's just you lose a little bit of the fire.
Yeah.
Then you're just Rhapsody of.
I heard from this guy Brian that we know.
Oh.
And he said that when he saw Rhapsody of Fire live without Luca Turilli, that they were still amazing, and they just got 2 new guitarists
to fill in the one.
Basically did that. Yeah. What? So I mean,
that's the biggest compliment that a guy can get.
Right.
You needed 2 people to replace me.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, he's jerking off. He's got his.
But even though they needed 2, he said it ended up still sounding awesome.
Well, yeah, and that's just it. Like I said, with a guitar player.
Yeah.
You can put 2, 3, whatever you need.
I just feel like it's not anything. That band is no longer special now.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to hearing what they put out. Their first album since the split.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what they're doing because like I said, the voice is still there, and I think they're still going to be awesome. I think Luca Turilli might end up winning the battle, though their split was completely amicable anyway. They're not mad at each other, so it's not like they're at war.
Yeah.
It's just time to move on, but I think he'll end up with the better album.
Yeah. Well, now, there's also, let's say, a band like Mastodon.
Mm-hmm.
I feel they could never break up. I mean, it would be wrong of them to replace somebody.
I agree. It's all or nothing. Either all 4 of them together or no Mastodon.
Because it's not like there's only any one person that's the face, but... I mean, just the way that they all work together, you couldn't replace any of them.
I agree. I think it would be damn near impossible to replace any of them, which is why we were so worried when they were doing the Crack the Sky tour, and Brent was
drunk,
drunk every night, and that.
And he's had issues in the past with drugs and alcohol and things like that.
Yeah, you're right. That's a band that couldn't replace anyone. But then you have a band like the band Tesseract. I don't know how much you've listened to them. They're okay. Some decent prog metal.
Yeah.
But they are now on their 3rd lead singer.
Oh.
and third lead singer like in the last couple years, as I remember. They've only been around for 9 years, and they're already on at least their third singer. They had Daniel Tompkins, who ended up doing work with the band Sky Harbor. They had Elliot Coleman, and now they have a guy whose name, man, I guess his first name's Ackle, Ackle, A-C-L-E. Last name Caney, or Connie. Man, I'm sorry, dude. I'm really sorry. But they just released a new song with this singer, and all of their fans have jumped right on board and said, fuck, this guy's awesome, let's keep going. And all of them seem to be echoing the same thing. Daniel Tompkins was great, Elliot Coleman was great, but this guy. So sometimes you get it right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of the risk you take. Are you going to piss off your fans, or are you going to continue on and have a great career?
Yeah.
So, guess we'll see what happens with Nightwish. I know Floor Jansen from After Forever and now with Revamp is, I guess, going to finish the tour with them. Their tour with Camelot. Yeah. With their new singer. So, we'll see what happens. Who knows?
Yeah, it'll be
like I said before, I think Floor Jansen would fit right in. She could jump right in and be the new Nightwish singer, and I think everyone would love her, because I think Nightwish fans tend to be After Forever fans, and vice versa. So maybe we'll get lucky.
Plus, Revamp is not anything great.
Yeah, they're all right. They're doing another album now, or they were, I guess, until she went out on tour. But they're all right. I don't have a problem with them. It sounds more like After Forever.
Yeah.
Except it's not After Forever.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So something to think about.
Yeah.
We're awaiting the news.